This is Star Rupture after only 6 hours in. It almost made me quit. I've spent about 8 hours in Star Rupture since launch, and here's what the game actually feels like. If you aren't aware, Star Rupture is a pretty new release, dropping on Steam January 6th of this year, a little over a week old at the time of this video. The lore behind the game, for those who don't know, is you're a convict who's been exiled to a planet known as Arcadia 7 for the sole purpose of mining resources for Earth. You're expected to do that while also uncovering the mysteries of the planet, both dangerous and harmless. You come across remnants of other prisoners, known as sleeves, and slowly piece together a story revolving around the shadowy organization, the IRO, that dropped you on the planet. You have 4 characters to choose from, each having their own horrid background ranging from science mishaps, smuggling of all sorts, and others that YouTube doesn't quite like being discussed. The game itself, if you were curious, is very fun. It's a fresh-ish take on another game you may see a lot of similarities to, Satisfactory. If you're anything like me, you've probably tried Satisfactory, put a few hours into it, and stopped playing it. There just wasn't enough to do. Sure, the building and managing your facilities were fun, but is that really it? Well, Star Rupture aims to capture that feeling I've just described to you, with a very healthy mix of base building, manufacturing, exploration, combat, and mysteries. You can easily spend a full week grinding this game solo, and it'll be one of the better, even best experience you've encountered in quite a while in the gaming space. I'm looking at you, Call of Duty and Battlefield. What personally surprised me about the game was the pure scale of the world. And the best part, it's still in early access. There's a ton of room for this gem to grow while we sit back and enjoy it. See that massive ship engine out in the distance? If this was any other game, that would be a picture put up in the background to help you feel the immersion. In Star Rupture, you can go to that engine and explore the mysteries inside it. Hidden tablets next to corpses all around the map to give you in-game lore and piece together what happened here. The game truly puts you in the world, with free reign and free will, at the discretion of the IRO, of course, as you work for them during your journey. Now, I know we've talked about what I like about the game, and who will absolutely love the game, but what about what I don't like, and who may not enjoy the game yet? Well, keeping in mind that the game is still in early access, once you've finished what Creepy Jar has laid out on the table for us, there's not a lot of incentive to continue playing. There's only 4 main resources, those being wolfram, titanium, calcium, and helium. There are a few other loose resources like quartz or crystals, but they play a minor role so far. Only a handful of enemies, all but one of them being easy to deal with once you get literally any weapon that isn't the starting pistol. Man, that thing is garbage. I think there are plenty of corporations for us to send our findings to, but I feel like the level 9 cap on them is a bit of a barrier for what this game can really offer. And if you've been paying attention to the gameplay, you may have noticed this green gas. Well, rumors have been circulating that you can supposedly make your way into the zone using certain items as a crutch for the harsh radiation you receive from walking into it. Unfortunately, that just isn't the case yet. Currently, the barrier acts as a content wall. Whether those areas of the map just aren't finished yet, or we are waiting for the IRO to develop a new way for us sleeves to enter it safely, that's unknown to the player base so far. But we can tell there is loot to be had in the radiation zone, given the sightings of rundown outposts, corpses, and even what appears to be some sort of massive structure out in the distance, likely tying together with the massive ship engine from earlier. Those who should wait on buying the game, though in my own opinion, I think you should go ahead and buy it now, are those who just want a bit more life. Though the game, as stated already, has a massive amount of content for being an early release title, and is surprisingly pretty well polished, you do get to a point in game where everything's blending together, par from the materials that you need to craft to continue leveling up your rank with corporations. But that is my only flaw with the game, and I'm 8 hours in. And for an early access title, in a game that is essentially its own thing, again, I do personally think that there's plenty to give the game a try. Support the developers while they continue to push updates and consume feedback from the community. There's something really satisfying about the loop here though. You land somewhere new, you scout the area, you find resources, bring them back, and before you know it, you're expanding your base or optimizing a production line just a little bit more than what you planned to do. It's not overwhelming, but it's also not mindless. And that balance is something a lot of games struggle to get right in this day and age. And while the combat isn't insanely deep right now, it does serve a purpose. It breaks up the building and exploration in a way that keeps things from getting stale. You're never just zoning out completely, because there's always a chance that something's going to jump out at you while you're focused on looting or scanning the environment. It keeps you alert, especially early on, and I appreciated that more than I expected to. I also think it's worth mentioning performance and polish, because for an early access game, Star Rupture runs surprisingly well. I didn't run into any major bugs or crashes during my time with it, and nothing that happened felt like it completely broke the experience. Is it perfect? No. But you can tell some systems are still being expanded on, and it never felt unfinished in a way that pulled me out of the game. And honestly, that's probably the biggest takeaway from my time with Star Rupture so far. It feels like a solid foundation. Not a tech demo or a proof of concept, but a game that already knows what it wants to be. If Creepy Jar continues to build on what's here, add more enemy variety, expand progression, give us more areas of the map to explore, this could turn into something really special. For an early access game, Star Rupture surprised me, and if this is where it starts, I want to be there and I want to see where it goes. Thank you guys for watching. It's been Spectator. Take it easy.